A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world joining me for this little series of Life After Death. I wanted to check in with you today, just as always, to see how are you? How are you doing in your grief journey? However long that may be in duration, I hope you're doing okay. If you're watching this, you're keeping going, so that's a good thing. I just thought it would be worth sharing with you. I was talking to someone the other day and they had just lost their mother. And while it was anticipated, as you all know, it's still a shock. Whenever someone passes, it's like the world just keeps on going outside and you're in this kind of no man's land and wondering what on earth, why is the world going on? Do they not know what's happening to me? And I suppose the takeaway message from that is that the sun will shine no matter what. So in terms of that initial shock, it can then trigger some things which can be alarming, surprising. You never thought things like that before, but in this particular case, it was the person had lost their mother. And they, in the very short aftermath, had decided that they weren't going to do a eulogy at their mother's funeral because the mother had never favoured them, always favoured the siblings. So I just felt that it was worth sharing with you to say, look, don't make any major decisions. When someone passes, it's a life event. It's not a very pleasant one, but nonetheless, it's a life event. And how you handle it will be how you remember it for the rest of your days. And yes, it's okay not to canonize someone whenever they pass over, but it's also don't act in haste. Think about what it is that's triggering you. Think about the emotions that it's generating in you, and try to acknowledge it for what it is. It's grief. It's not grief as you might expect it, but it is grief nonetheless, because I know from my own experience, whenever my children lost their father, it triggered all sorts of negative things, all of the things that hadn't happened. But if you can just be grateful for what that person contributed to your life, be grateful for, if it was your mother, they gave you life. And just remember to pause, take a beat, maybe sort of sleep on it for 24 hours before you make a monumental decision about your contribution to someone's funeral, because it is a life event, and you don't want to have any regret around it in future years. So future proof yourself for what you're going to feel about this person as you move forward. But remember that it's all about feelings, and thoughts create the feelings. So just examine your thinking around it. What is it saying about you? What is it that's missing in you as a result of this person now no longer being in your life? So I just wanted to share that with you today because I thought it was significant, and just there's probably a lot of other people dealing with similar circumstances. Just remember that if it was your parents, they did the best they could with what was available to them. They didn't get a handbook on how to be a parent. And if some things happened, they happened. You don't have to be a victim of what has happened. So as you move forward, just try to be a bit compassionate to yourself and to the person who's passed. So until the next time, take care. Bye.